Were you hoping to finally get your hands on an affordable foldable phone from Samsung this summer? Well, it looks like you might have to wait a little longer. The Galaxy Z Flip FE, the Fan Edition model, was expected to launch alongside the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 later this year. But now, new reports suggest Samsung is pushing that release back, and the reason might not be what you think. Instead of showing up at Samsung's Big Summer Unpacked event, which usually happens around July, the Z Flip FE may now launch closer to the end of the year, possibly in the fourth quarter. That's a major change, especially for people who are hoping to see all the new foldables drop at the same time. So why the delay? According to a report from Korea, Samsung is shifting its focus. The company is currently ramping up production of display panels for the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7. It seems Samsung wants to get its main foldable models out first before turning its attention to the Fan Edition. That's not all. There's also talk that the delay might be linked to the processor Samsung plans to use in the Z Flip FE. At first, people thought it would be the new Exynos 2500 chip, but that processor has reportedly run into some development problems. Now, the rumor is that Samsung might go with the Exynos 2400 instead. This chip already powers the Galaxy S24 FE and is already in production, which could make things easier. But even now, Samsung hasn't made a final call on which chip to use. In a way, this delay could actually help Samsung. The Fan Edition series is all about offering a slightly cheaper version of its popular phones without cutting too many corners. The Galaxy S24 FE showed there's a real market for this idea. People want something that feels premium, but doesn't cost as much. A foldable Fan Edition could be the perfect way to bring more users into the foldable market, but only if it's done right. The Galaxy Z Flip 6 already raised the bar with its upgraded hinge and cleaner design, so fans have high hopes. If Samsung wants the Z Flip FE to succeed, it needs to feel like a solid device, not just a cheaper version of something better. That's probably why Samsung is taking its time. Rushing, it would only backfire. Now here's something else worth noting. This delay lines up with the expected launch of Samsung's rumored trifold smartphone, a device with 3 screens that fold out like a tablet. If the company really is planning to launch both of these devices around the same time, it could be trying to space out its releases in a more strategic way. The idea would be to keep people excited all year long instead of dropping everything at once. Yes, it's a little disappointing, but think of it this way. You might be waiting longer, but you're likely getting a better product in the end. Samsung wants to get this right, and if a few extra months of work can help that happen, then the delay might actually be good news. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. For now, though, don't expect to see the Z Flip FE in stores anytime soon. Let us know, are you still excited for a more affordable foldable, or do you think it's coming too late? Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Would you spend over $1,000 on a phone that folds? Well, Samsung hopes you still might because the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and Fold 7 are almost here. Reports from inside the industry confirm that production is about to begin. This matches up with earlier leaks that said Samsung would start making these foldable phones around May. Despite a few hiccups, especially with the chipsets, it looks like everything is moving on schedule. Let's talk about the Fold 7 first. This phone is expected to run on the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, the same processor that powers the current Galaxy S25 lineup. That's good news for people who want top performance in a foldable phone. If Samsung had any plans to bring the Exynos chip to the Fold 7, it doesn't look like that's happening anymore. Now, what's more interesting is the Galaxy Z Flip 7. This phone was recently seen being tested with Exynos processors. 2 different test models were spotted earlier this month, both running on Exynos chips. So the big question is, are we going back to regional versions again? If Samsung actually releases the Flip 7 in 2 different chip variants, one Exynos and one Snapdragon, it would be a major shift. A few years ago, Samsung stopped doing that because people noticed performance differences. But if they bring it back, we could once again see different versions of the same phone depending on where you live. Behind the scenes, Samsung is also focused on the future. The company is working hard on its new 2nm Exynos 2600 processor, which is expected to show up in the Galaxy S26 phones early next year. The dream is clear. Samsung wants to rely less on other companies like Qualcomm and bring more chip production in-house. And according to recent updates, Samsung Foundry is making solid progress. Meanwhile, Apple, Samsung's biggest rival, is expected to stick with 3nm chips in its iPhone 17 series. A jump to 2nm for the iPhone 18 is possible, but even without any trade problems, that move will make the phones more expensive. Still, some experts say that Samsung's upcoming 2nm chips may not be as power efficient as TSMC's 3nm ones, which Apple uses. so we'll have to wait and see how they compare in real-world use. Now, let's talk about foldable phones in general. While they've definitely gotten better, they haven't become as popular as phone makers hoped. Sales numbers aren't sky high, and that's making companies rethink their plans. Even Samsung, the leader in foldables, has quietly lowered its sales expectations for the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7. It's aiming for more realistic numbers this time. As for other brands, many have already started pulling out of the foldable phone market completely. They simply can't keep up with Samsung, or they don't want to spend so much money on a product that isn't selling as fast as expected. But that doesn't mean foldables are going away anytime soon. Samsung is still betting big on them, and the Fold 7 and Flip 7 could bring some much-needed upgrades, faster performance, better software, and hopefully longer battery life. So, what do you think? Are foldable phones finally getting close to what we all expected when they first came out, or are they still just an expensive experiment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss the latest updates on phones and tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Is Samsung finally ready to take the next big step in foldable phones? It looks like we're getting very close. If recent reports are true, Samsung is preparing to begin mass production of its upcoming foldable phones, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the Galaxy Z Flip 7, as early as next month. These two models are expected to be officially announced in July 2025, and this year Samsung might be expanding the foldable family even more by introducing a new, more affordable option, rumored to be called the Galaxy Z Flip FE. According to a new report from South Korea, Samsung Display, the company that makes the foldable OLED panels for Samsung phones, has already started making the screens for the Fold 7 and Flip 7. These panels will soon be delivered to Samsung Electronics, which plans to begin full-scale production of the phones in May. All of this happens mostly in Vietnam. Both Samsung Display and Samsung Electronics have large facilities there, and most Galaxy devices are assembled in Vietnam before they are shipped to countries around the world, including the United States. This timeline lines up well with Samsung's usual launch plans. The company typically holds its Summer Unpacked event in July, where it reveals its latest foldable devices. The Fold 7 and Flip 7 are expected to come with performance upgrades, software enhancements, and possibly some design changes. While we don't have confirmed specs just yet, fans are expecting slimmer bodies, better cameras, and improved battery life. The most interesting part of this year's foldable release might be the rumored Galaxy Z Flip FE. This would be a lower-priced version of the Flip, aimed at people who want the foldable experience without paying flagship-level prices. However, Samsung may choose not to release it at the same time as the other two devices. Instead, the company could wait until later in the year, possibly around October or November, to give the Fold 7 and Flip 7 time to shine on their own. There's a good reason for this strategy. If the more affordable Flip FE comes out at the same time as the Flip 7, it could take away some of its sales. By giving each phone its own launch window, Samsung avoids this issue and gets more attention for each model. There's also another foldable phone people are curious about, a trifold device that Samsung has been working on for some time. This phone would fold in more than one place and could give users a much larger screen and a pocket-sized device. However, it's still unclear if this model will launch in 2025 or if Samsung will wait a bit longer to perfect the technology. For now, the focus is clearly on the Fold 7, Flip 7, and possibly the Flip FE. And if Samsung sticks to its schedule, we're only a few months away from seeing these new devices hit the market. Foldable phones have become more popular in recent years, and Samsung continues to lead this category. While other companies like Google and Motorola have joined the competition, Samsung's experience and production capabilities give it a big advantage. The introduction of a more affordable model could help attract even more users and grow the foldable market further. So if you've been thinking about getting a foldable phone, this might be the right year. Whether you prefer the large, tablet-like screen of the Fold or the compact, stylish Flip design, Samsung is about to give you new choices. And with the possible addition of the Flip FE, there may be a foldable phone for almost every budget. We'll keep an eye on all the latest updates, leaks, and official news. If you want to stay in the loop, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.